beautiful day. Good morning to Web3 with Farokh and Mando. Tune in live at 10:30, and it's all on Road Radio. It's a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. GM Rock Radio.
Yo, what up? Good morning, GM. Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. The sun is not so shining in Montreal. It looks like it's night out. Honestly.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, I have the lights like on the blue light like this, Mando, because it literally, if I turn them off, you would think it's nighttime in Montreal. Look at this. No lights. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So
it could be sunnier here.
Yeah. It's I know it's beautiful sunny where you are. Mando, what's up, man? Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm starting to feel OSF not being around.
Yeah, you are? Oh, yeah. Oh, because all the work just goes on you in the back end, huh?
Yeah.
I know how it gets for you when Ovi's not there. It's not great.
and then our other co-partner's going skiing, so it's literally
great. So you have no Seth, you know Cali. You're really out here on your own. Yes, Camilla. Yes, the sun is shining in Portugal. I know. I
got a lot of abuse. I got a lot of abuse in the DMs about the soup.
Listen, you're not helping. You're not helping the cause here. You know,
I just said it was a nice soup.
You said it was the best. You said nothing beats. You said nothing beats whatever soup you were drinking out there. I'm not so sure about that. But
Alentejo soup. I've come to find out. Apparently, it's like a historic soup of Portugal. From the pre-revolution days, and I should show more respect to the soup.
Wow, respect the soup. You gotta respect the soup. My neighbors on top have been banging for the last. I mean,
where are you going with this?
I better stop, right? So today on the show, they've been banging on the dude. I don't know what the fuck they're building up there. Maybe should we not cuz on YouTube? But I don't know what they're building on. They're building up there, but it's been going since 7 a.m. Hey, you could start at 8 a.m. or 8:30. They can't hear me because we have good concrete walls out here. I'm pretty lucky. But it's it's been nonstop. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on YouTube as well. It's gonna be the norm now. All our shows, right? We're all gonna be on here through our StreamYard on YouTube, on the Rugby to YouTube. So GM Web3 Monday to Friday, 10:30 to 12 on YouTube. GN Web3, which is the night show, 8 to 10 p.m. usually on YouTube. We did it yesterday on YouTube as well. Super fun, actually, man. There was a complete different vibe, like a dark,
You did it on StreamYard too?
Yeah, through our Rug Radio account. It was really cool. We wanted to give it a shot. It was fun because Deez has his Hologram Labs character, and he was trying to use it yesterday on our show, but it wasn't working. But he made it work yesterday, and it's actually super cool. It's an anime Deez. Yeah, it's fire. Or should I say?
It's fire.
And so it's my favorite button. And so we had that going on. And then, of course, Rec Radio. I know you guys had a great show yesterday with Kaleo, but next week is going to be also going through the YouTube account. We're cleaning out everything up. So every YouTube's going to have channels for every single show and even different creators for different pieces of content. So maybe you want to just hear Mando. We'll make clips of Mando, maybe more of me, maybe more Ovi, Keyboard Monkey, D, Sobi, Thread Guy, whatever. But we're really segmenting everything and make it super fun and consumable for people who don't want to watch a whole show, but still get some good content out of it. So shout out to Jazz. He's out there in the back end. I can see him. We've really been working it out big time. That's all we've been doing, honestly, for the last 48 hours. It's been a lot, but it's been fun. We have a goal, 100 shorts a month, 100 short clips a month out of all the shows. So we're going hard with Rug Radio. It's going to be a lot of fun. Today's going to be a lot of fun. We have one of our very good friends of the show coming on. He's actually going to be coming on YouTube with us as well. Super fun. Raoul Pal is going to be joining us to talk about the next step for Real Vision and what they're up to. I know they're doing some stuff with you guys. word around the street is there, may or may not be doing some stuff with us at Rug Radio. So super excited to see how we can partner up with Real Vision. But anyways, before that, DGen's market report as usual, macro, NFT, crypto. I'm sure there's plenty to talk about there. MetaMask, again, making the headlines on the show. Yesterday was the news about the Unity. Today was the news about Hyperplay, which came out yesterday after the show. Super cool. Again, you can tell they're going pretty big in the gaming space. Of course, as expected, right? Gaming is quite the use case in Web3, crypto, NFTs. And of course, after that, we'll have Raoul Pal come on and talk all things with us. It'll be fun. I think we should have Raoul Pal more often because it's going to be a great chat about the markets and everything. And where it's up to
We're
as
both
usual.
going to be in hot countries, and you're going to be like blue light in Canada.
I know you guys are like exactly. He's going to be in. Oh my god, you guys are so lucky. Yes, it was
you need to move. You need to get out.
Mando's trying to salvage me from Canada. It's like he's trying to save me. You're not wrong, rightfully so. Save me from the cold and taxes. Oh my god, so funny. Melissa Mimosa says, "Oh my god, lol. I thought you said Jerome Powell yesterday. Jerome Powell, Raoul Pal, Jerome Powell. I could see. No, we're not getting Jerome Powell.
Can you imagine?
On the show, someone saying the sun is shining nicely off the snow. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm seeing all the GMs in the chat. By the way, on YouTube, we have the chat enabled directly, so we're always happy to share the GMs and whatnot. So GM Uncle, GM Michael Pennegas, GM Chad Michaels, GM Alex.eth. I mean, everybody out there. GM John, I'm going to say this one right. Shemmerhorn, hell yeah, I got it. And everybody who's out there with us on the YouTube grind out here. Love you guys. And anyways, as usual, our show is powered by Fair, which, by the way, fun thing today, you're going to be able to win a Rug Radio NFT PFP in a treasure hunt. They hit me last minute with the treasure hunt vibes. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like the idea. So basically, in collaboration with our partners at Fair, you're going to be able to win a PFP on a fun treasure hunt today. Somewhere hidden amongst Fair.xyz's most recent popular video content, there is a secret passcode. The first person to find the passcode and input it correctly on the page I'm about to pin at the top is going to win a Rug Radio Corey Van Loon profile picture. So it's super fun. I'm tagging it at the top so you guys can go see it. Basically, the key is a sold on NFT, so it'll be stuck with you forever. And but once you mint the key, you get airdrop the Corey Van Loon PFP. So it's somewhere. I don't think I'm allowed to say which video it's on. Right, that would defeat the purpose, right? But it's somewhere out there. But anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it. Wait, no, wrong one. I know we missed Ovi.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
Yeah, so it continues to not really be that good a macro picture out there. It seems to be actually getting progressively worse. Over the last month, maybe we were talking about this early February, it felt like inflation was going down. Over the last month, you've seen several different data points pointing to the idea that it's going to be more persistent, including a relatively hawkish stance from a number of different Fed members. So you're seeing a big push out in interest rates again. The US 10-year is now above, which is close to the highs that we got in 2022. I think the highs it got to in 2022 was around 4.2, and we're at 4.07 now. So big move out since the start of February. I think to put it into perspective, at the start of February we were at 3.4, and now we're at 4.7. So it's been about 87 bips move, 0.8% move over the course of 1 month. That is a pretty drastic move for interest rates. And that's just causing a lot of uncertainty out there across equity markets. So in particular, the NASDAQ has dropped down. The S&P was up around, I think, over 5%, maybe even close to 8% on the year. And now it's only up around 2 to 3%. So it's a big pullback across the board in macro. If you've just been paying attention to crypto, you might not have felt this. It's been a pretty strange period where crypto hasn't really been affected by the last month's sell-off, both in bonds and in equities. Remember, as bond yields go higher, that means the value of them goes lower. So this has been a sell-off, both in equities and in bonds. And crypto, although it's, we've talked about how some altcoins have been hurt during the last month or so. Bitcoin's still hanging out at 23.5. ETH is still above 1600. It's about 1630 to start today. You would not have really known it was happening if you'd just been focused on crypto. And there's quite a few people now pointing to the idea that crypto could outperform here, just because maybe that's a pretty large sell-off, and crypto's poised to kind of strike higher as soon as we see some strength back in macro. So definitely the relative strengthening in crypto is something that fills me with a little bit of optimism. This has been a pretty dark month, I would say, for macro. So I'm just hoping that as soon as that kind of resolves itself, and interest rates can't move too much more aggressively, I think from here, I think we could have a decent bounce, at least in the majors. I'm not sure about altcoins. I've said you should layer down into ones which are down 30-40%, but it's clear that the safest bet is always going to be in Bitcoin and ETH here. It's only if you feel like you missed out on the last altcoin cycle. That's been about it. If you wanted to go into the examples, there's been some higher inflation prints, particularly in Europe today, which is kind of driving that situation. But we're not going to get any major data until next week. So, and I think it's next Friday even is the first major piece of data. So
that's what I was saying.
We're not really sitting here in waiting on bated breath for anything. The only other thing is what we spoke about yesterday is like there does seem to be a slightly increased rhetoric between China and the US at the moment, just on the back of the idea that they may help arm Russia in Ukraine.
Oh, shit.
China did present a peace plan, which has been cautiously met by like some of the Western powers, but no doubt, like we said, the TikTok thing yesterday could lead to some more like political, back and forth between China and the US over the next month.
Yeah, I have banned TikTok in my household as well, effective immediately. Right, babe? I don't think she hears me. She's making coffee. But TikTok has been banned, and Casa de Farokh, So I don't know if that affects China positively or negatively. But there's definitely a ban going on that front. You know what's funny is they're banning it TikTok said that they're gonna implement this like under 18 thing where you can only use it X amount of hours, but they're also teaching you how to change in the settings, how to change your age. So so I think that's funny. I guess we'll see where that takes us. Not so funny that the part about China and Russia. Please. Don't hurt us, especially when it comes to all the markets. Just quickly, Mando, on the markets, I'm obviously going to move forward towards NFTs. But I sent you guys this morning this tweet, right, 8:41 a.m. from Crypto Donald. I kind of like following him, by the way. But he said,
I missed it.
It's actually similar to what you just said. So BTC is being dragged by the trad markets, but refusing to make new lows, while the S&P is bleeding out. The moment the traditional markets bounce, I'm expecting a massive outperforming green candle from Bitcoin.
Yeah, so this is the dominant positive. I mean, you always find this at any one point. There's always a bearish narrative and there's always a bullish narrative. The bullish narrative right now is that, crypto hasn't really done much for the last month, even though macro's trading really, really badly. So as soon as macro turns, then maybe we'll have a good period. That's the bullish thesis. I think that's probably fair, but I also don't think that crypto just straight lines up in this environment.
I don't think anybody expects that, and so it's sorry. It's so funny to have the comments on there. I wish he would wear a different project submitted shirt or sweater every day. We could do something like that. I do wear the same sweater every day, though I have like 50 of them in there. Actually, just there. It's like probably 40 of them. But you know what? I will do my best. Someone also was requesting to see your earlobes, Mando. They can't see them. And so, show us your earlobes. But anyways, let's get...
Love his comments.
I'm loving Noah Bolanovsky's, comments. And also someone said, bring on 2026. Yes, please. Bring on 2024, 25, 26, but we'll be here. In the meantime, we're grinding. We're running through these months as fast as we can, right? We're only 2 out of 10 months. 12. There's 12 months. 2 out of 12 months into 2023. And it's looking great. Yes, ATX money. Rug Radio on YouTube. Let's go. You already know what to do. If you just popped in on the Twitter Spaces, pinned at the top is the link to our YouTube. So if you want that YouTube experience, definitely go on there. And you're going to be able to catch us and everything as well. But anyways, Mando, it's what's annoying? When Ovi's not here, I like playing my 2 jingles. I like playing the Ovi jingle. I like playing the Mando jingle. He messes everything up because now I just have to say, let's talk about everything NFTs. And I'm not going to play your jingle twice. Though I really like it. But talk to us on the NFT front, sir. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? And how are you vibing?
Very little has happened over the last 24 hours.
Nothing happened.
Very little has happened. I don't want to sit here and talk up what's been going on. It's been an incredibly quiet 24 hours, at least in terms of price action. There's a very well hyped Momoguro mint today, which is at 0.22, around 8,000 NFTs. I think that might be minting out as we speak. Let me just check.
Might be. I have no idea.
That will trade a lot. Looks like wow. Okay, so it looks like so far 4,000 have minted out of around the 8,000, and it looks like the floor price is around 0.6, 0.7 area. So that's about 3x on this already.
Damn. It was a free mint?
No. It minted out at 0.22.
Oh,
but it was one of those ones where you literally had to, do a rain dance to get on the allow list spot.
I hate that.
Yeah, you had to really jump through a lot of hoops.
I like the whole white allow list grind is so
this one was Digidaku-esque. You had to do 100 different challenges, go through Squid Game, and then come out the other side to get on the allow list.
Yeah. It's interesting. Okay. Okay, so I guess that's about it on
that's about it. Look, there's been some smaller moves across the board. It looks like the Utopia avatars, which is another relatively well hyped recent mint, I think revealed, and the floor price is down on the back of that. And then you had the MG land that we had on that went up quite a bit yesterday, is now back down. But look, I'm looking down across the top 30, 40 projects, and there was barely a move more than 5%, right? So
nothing.
It's definitely been quiet.
Does the Moonbirds? So Moonbirds have their big proof, Proof has a proof ecosystem announcement tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so proof announcement is tomorrow. Azuki's seen some decent sales, but
always big sales. Another 280 Spirit sale, right? And the other day was a 220. So those are again, I mean, how many times we're going to say how impressive it is to see all these sales on the Azuki thing. So there it is. So Kevin Rose said, spent all day in the studio today recording for Moonbirds Q1 update, premiering tomorrow, heading back to soon to work. So seems like...
do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be good?
I mean, at this stage, our expectations are so low that,
Not that low.
I mean, they're pretty low. I think proof as an ecosystem for art is always going to be a banger. Let's be honest, on the art side, they've always crushed it. Right? I think when I was talking to someone yesterday on the call in the meeting, and we were talking about proof and how when it dropped to 13, that was clearly a buy. And I actually genuinely think that because when it comes to art drops, he's always crushed it. How it's how it started, kind of, right? It was the Grails, they're always the proof product. I think is really good on that front. Maybe not at 150 ETH good, but definitely what it was at last week. Good. But the question remains around Moonbirds. What are they? Right. In a sense, which was most of the criticism. So what did the Moonbirds do? To which, some people were met with some pretty heavy replies back, with regards to that. So that's the main thing I'm looking to get out of that, tomorrow. Right. Cause I think on the proof side, they've always nailed it. I think for me, proof have more access to some of the art. And But that's about it. I don't know what to expect because there's not going to be a conference announcement since conference is canceled, right? So what can we expect out of the announcement?
Christmas is canceled this year.
Yeah, Christmas is canceled this year. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Maybe he blows it out of the water and does something. But the thing is, all of the last big meetups like this, like for their ecosystem updates, were like, oh, this is gonna be big. We're gonna do big things, and then whatever happened after happened. But we'll see.
I was actually in one weird place of the internet yesterday, and I saw. Have you ever seen the Kevin Rose versus Raccoon video?
Bro, it's sick. Of course I have. That is a classic, bro. That is a classic, bro. Kevin Rose tosses the raccoon video. That is literally.
I just had a newfound respect for the man.
That's what made me buy a Moonbird. Literally at first, let's play it real quick over here. So at 1 a.m. I heard my dog Toaster crying and yelping in pain. I discovered a raccoon attacking him. I do not encourage animal violence. I wanted to get a wild animal as far as away from us as possible. Toaster is okay, but has some claw and bite marks. That was 9 years ago, and it's got 9.9 million views.
He should just play this.
That would be. It's like the Rick roll.
Everyone remembers what a chatty is.
Yeah, let's go. Let's watch this. Let's watch this video real quick. Does it start? Oh, it's here.
Yeah, it is, but start.
There you go.
You gotta go back. You gotta go back.
What do you mean you gotta go back? Oh, here.
Missed it. Right, so his.
There it is. You see the dog and Toaster. It's a nice dog name, by the way, Toaster. Look at that. Just grabs the. Oh! Smackdown! Smackdown! Kevin Rose 1, Raccoon 0. I mean.
Oh, it's still going. Look at it. Look
I don't think I went that far. Oh, he goes for more? He's wearing a tank top too and everything, Damn. What a chat. Well, hold on, another video. What a chat. Imagine opening opening the proof thing tomorrow with that.
That's what he should do. Like everyone should just, remember who he is.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, in the chat on YouTube, let us know what you think or what's going to be announced tomorrow with the proof ecosystem, and in the comments on YouTube, and let us know. We'll read a couple, and we'll share them here. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see where it goes because I heard some stuff about high-res not happening. I don't know officially or not. So you remember we talked about this. Someone was telling us, and I was like, let's wait till we have the actual concrete information before we go that far. And then obviously the conference was put aside. We know their ability to throw really good art created drops, but again, like a lot of people are doing dope art created drops, right? We saw what happened with the memes, the notables. We have our stuff come in. There's a bunch of other people doing dope stuff in the art space. So I'm curious what's gonna happen. Yes, Amit. Joe Rogan actually shared the video of Kevin Rose on Joe Rogan Experience, like tossing the raccoon. Look, I would have done the same thing. If a raccoon comes at my dog, I would have done the same thing, but I'm not sure I would have had the balls Kevin Rose had on that one. I gotta give it to Kevin. That is pretty cool. Grabbing a raccoon and tossing him like that and then going in for the kill. Oh my God. It would be funny. Someone's asking, can you guys give us the DD on Momoguru so I can figure out if I should ape or not? No, we don't usually do that.
I'm just about to do
we don't do that over here. But they're about to do a DGen's report on it. So he's
it's already been done. It's already been done.
Yeah, but you shared that you want to read.
I'm going to do the tweet so you guys can.
Okay. So pay attention to Mando and he's going to go check. But no, you should not be aping based on what we talk about here. But we do give our critical point of views, good or bad. And then you can go in. And that doesn't mean that you should buy or sell for the matter, because you never know. God forbid. Being accused to buying is different, but I don't want to be responsible for you selling something and fading generational wealth. God forbid. But again, we'll see what happens on that front and what happens there. Besides that, I mean, dude, trying to scroll through, I'm even looking at, again, like our friends and fam who have their own news station and whatnot with regards to NFTs. There's not much going on. There is a macrocosm drop by CoinDesk, but they're coming on the show tomorrow to talk about it. So I don't want to front run that because that was announced. Of course, it's powered by Artblock's engine, in which fits Fahad Karim. And it's really cool. Everything doing is really dope. But Sam Ewan is literally coming on Rug Radio tomorrow morning to talk about that. as we're partnering with them for consensus. So that's going to be fun as well. There was a news about the Polygon IDs. I don't know if you saw that goes open source. They were talking about that this morning about how that could be that could be pretty bullish. And basically, let me read it here. I'm just quoting here, Lucky Trader. Polygon ID is an identity verification service that allows users to verify themselves with multiple identity providers and obtain a trusted digital identity on the Polygon blockchain. Additional details from the announcement below. The open source version will enable developers to build their own identity verification solutions and integrate them with Polygon's network. Polygon ID also integrates with other Web3 protocols like Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. And why it matters, the release of the open source version of Polygon ID is significant for the growth of the NFT Web3 space as it enhances digital trust and security, thus reducing the risk of fraud and hacking, two notable barriers to adoption for the general public. So without surprise, Polygon side is building. And there's stuff happening on that end. So curious to see where that goes. I don't know if you had seen more about that, but I just found out about it this morning, and there was not much more to it. It's pretty wild how the space is slow right now in terms of like new things coming out.
Oh, it's big new mints, right? We got 3 huge mints.
What are the huge mints?
Well, Momoguro is nearly 9,000 NFTs at 0.22. You have Real Vision today, which is I think maybe 11,000 NFTs at 0.2 area, and then you have CoinDesk. I haven't seen what the CoinDesk is, but these are all multi-thousand ETH mints. Right? We haven't seen that for a long time. Think about 6 months ago. Like you could barely get away with doing a free NFT.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
We have come quite a long way. There's just a bit of focus, I think, on primary this week.
No, I agree.
Rather than the older ones.
I have someone saying that just back to Kevin Rose and to the possible announcement tomorrow. They're thinking maybe they bring forward like the Mythics launch, because I remember they talked about Mythics back then. Now that the conference is not going on, someone's saying, John Warner here, accelerated release of Mythics now that conference is canceled is all I can think they'd announce. But again, like we don't know, right? So I guess we'll see. But definitely they're at a position where where they have to like put something out tomorrow, and we'll see what it is. On another note, I mean, MetaMask again, right? MetaMask again making news. We talked about it with Sobi, our resident gaming expert, right? And so MetaMask yesterday, out of Denver once again. So all week you're going to see like tech side announcements, like Polygon's announcement of digital identity, MetaMask back to back, and that's for the reason that ETH Denver is currently happening. It's one of the biggest conferences of the year for Ethereum. Today we're excited to celebrate the early access launch of Hyperplay.xyz, a game launcher that brings MetaMask into native games. Hyperplay Gaming aggregates the Epic Games Store, the GOG.com, and its own store to overlay MetaMask into every game. And that is pretty epic when you think about it, right? Because the Epic Game Store, Epic Games, people behind Fortnite. And then it says MetaMask plus all the games you love. With Hyperplay, players can carry their MetaMask wallet across the entire decentralized web and into every game. Developers can build better Web3 game experiences and more immersive worlds. No more walled gardens. So, dude, pretty big news again coming out of MetaMask,
Yeah, we're going to hear a few of these, I think. They seem to have chosen ETH Denver to make the other call. But we just said this yesterday, right? Like it does feel like this is just this. If we said that yesterday's announcement was mainly focused on mobile gaming, today's announcement seems to be more related to desktop gaming, PC gaming. So they're kind of, they're really trying to make a push to gaming. Unity and this are 2 big announcements along that way. This doesn't mean that, I think tomorrow we're going to get a bunch of games. I think this means that in 2 years you maybe get a few gems.
But, I think less. I genuinely think I think the space grows at a pretty fast pace.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Gaming just seems really slow.
It does take a lot of stuff. Speaking of games, seems like Illuvium, right? Our friends here in Warwick, who
They've
was
got a
on the
big game
show.
coming up as well. Yeah,
They've got the game launching actually on March 7th.
I think they've got their avatars mint as well around that time. So
Yeah, it
we'll have
says
to watch that.
attention Rangers. The wait is almost over as Illuvium Beyond, our customizable collectible card game, is launching in just under a week, March 7th. So they've got that coming. I mean, the gaming space is booming around. You got Prime, right? The Prime token yesterday, the unlock happened, went all the way up to $7, settled at
Where's it trading
$4.
now?
$4, it settled at, and it was about, that's still 400 mil FDV. And then you have Illuvium's announcement about a game on March 7th coming out. So like all these games that started building like early 2020, right? 2021 and before for the matter are really starting to come out, right? Like you said, it takes 2 years, right? So we're at that point where it's starting to take, where it's coming out. You know, when Garga on the panel was talking about the second trip's going to be good and, you know, to expect things this year from other side, like, look, like it's quite the year when it comes to that. And so you love to see that. If you're curious about Illuvium, the co-founder of Illuvium, Kieran Warwick, absolute giga Chad, was on the show not long ago. And you can just go on Rug Radio, my link in bio, or just look it up on Spotify. Look up Kieran Warwick, you know, Rug Radio or whatever on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and listen back. That was a really cool show. So they've got their game coming out, and then so it's pretty cool. And I was looking through Alina's tweet to see what else is going on in the space. Shout out to Alina, by the way. Gotta love these like.
I'd love to have her on the show.
I'd love to have her on the show.
Interesting hires there, Azuki. Like they've hired.
Yeah, Wale. Yeah, but that's what I was asking on the show this one. Does Selena have the spaces? Because definitely want to invite out. But you know, it makes me think. So I was gonna get to this one, right? Speaking of gaming, Overlord, right? Our friends at Joe and Dom at Creepz. So here's the thing. I think this is interesting, Mando, because you know how we were talking about how Red Guy rugs and stuff. You're not getting the royalty, right? And you have to potentially at some point people have to migrate contracts. They're doing this interesting contract migration technique and move here on the Creepz side. So basically, they're upgrading the collection to allow it to scale, and they're doing a migration in that sense. So basically, for people to be able to like, you know, to be able to like be part of, you know, the royalties and whatnot. And
how does it allow it to scale? Just to get into the details of, did you look into what that means?
I mean, if they upgrade their contract, they're actually going to get somewhat of a royalty in the first place.
So that's what it means. It's scale.
Yeah.
They're not like moving to a different chain or anything like that, right?
No, well, actually, no. They're going multi-chain through that.
Okay.
So basically, it allows you to go cross-chain, multi-universe adventures, self-staking, future holder experience, upgradability with future gaming experiences. So it seems like it's a brand new contract. They're really upgrading everything on their front and the contract. And if you migrate your Creepz, then you get access to all of those things. So therefore, it's pretty smart, right? Because how do you get people to, you know, swap their, you know, put their NFTs into the new contract? Well, you know, it's by incentivizing them to do so.
You just grandfather the utility as well. I think that's what they're doing here. Like basically, if the old token won't get that much utility, so I think most people will move. Like I think for a lot of utility-based projects, this will be the move. I can see it happening pretty quickly. We're like, for example, for Rec Guy, we're not going to do it just because we think we should be on the OG contract. But for other bits of what we do, we think it makes sense, right?
I like this though. I like this a lot. Like, look, trading implications, right? This is really cool. This is, I think, for founders out there looking to do something like that, pay attention to Creepz with Overlord, because if this works, it could inspire a lot of people. I mean, look, they're saying we're working with key industry partners on this migration, including OpenSea and Blur, to ensure smooth transition. Before the migration, we recommend users remove any outstanding bids on marketplaces and delist any Creepz. And they're talking about what they're going to do. And so, like, you prepare for migration on March 1st. That was yesterday. And then it seems like OpenSea today, 5 p.m., is going to delist Creepz and cancel listings. And then Blur is going to turn off the bids. And then everything else is happening. This is interesting. This is an interesting move. I like that they're trying something like that, and so it's really well organized. Like even the comms, and I know I'm a fan of good comms, so I think it's pretty cool the way they're doing things. Ooh, Ooh, fancy music they got going on. Gee, ooh, it sounds pretty cool on the headphones, right? Sorry, you guys can see our earlobes, by the way, in the chat. And so the chat wants earlobes. You know, they don't want feed pics at Rug Radio. They want earlobe pics. And so, okay, interesting move on the Creepz end with regards to the
I think
migration.
you'll see this from a ton of different people now.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if this is successful, you're going to see a lot of people jump in.
It's not that difficult to do. To migrate to a new contract is not.
I don't think the migration is tough from a tech standpoint. What's tough is getting people to do so.
For a utility-based NFT, you can just be like, well, you won't get the utility on the old NFT, right?
Yeah.
It's quite easy for utility-based stuff. For art stuff, like if you own a Fidenza, I'm not going to do it, right?
No,
but
never. Oh my God, no.
There is, there's a push and pull there.
I wouldn't migrate art. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think for a lot of utility-based NFTs, that's where this will go.
It definitely gives me ideas here. You know, with regards to our NFTs. I mean, our Genesis is a pure utility.
If I'm honest, like the contract between holders and collectors has changed, right? Like people aren't honoring royalties, so and I think this puts into question a lot of old projects. So I think a lot of them will make a move.
Yeah, exactly. There's I love this comment. I asked where OSF is, but it's 8:10. He typically doesn't make it this far. Actually, he hasn't made it this at all. This is now good morning to Web3.
It was super late, but it's only 8 p.m. I think in Dubai. Like
I know.
He
made it sound like oh, I'm in Dubai. I can't do the show all week. I'll be busy. But all we need him for is a 10-minute segment on macros every day. Just like he did on Monday. There was no problem on Monday, right? But it's Ovi, listen, he's out there. Let's go. You know what? Let's go see what OSF is up to. Let's go see on OSF's Twitter while we wait for Raoul Pal. What OSF is up to out there. I saw his edition sold out. Oh yes, that is pretty accurate representation of the DGen reports here. You love to see it. But what is he up to? No photos at all? Nothing? With regards to Dubai? Wow. Because so I was on the phone this morning with the vertical crypto art people, which OSF, he's there with them. Shout out to Nicole and Phil. And he's with them in Dubai, right? In their gallery. Oh wow, this is really cool. And because they're doing something cool oh wow. Habibi, come to Dubai. Habibi. Wow, damn. Dude, they set him straight, huh? Damn. They have the multi-sensory art piece of Ovi's out there in Dubai. Like, look at this. This is sick. Shout out to the vertical crypto art team. I was on the phone with them this morning regarding what they're doing in New York. And it's really impressive and everything they're doing to push art forward. So I'm definitely a big fan of them. And I love that. Wow, Ovi hasn't been posting much from Dubai. Makes you wonder. Damn. I guess he really went on another vacation. He was missing at the beginning of the year. Mando, how do you feel about that?
And got married, just unbelievable.
Got married, mind you, 5 times to the same woman, but like 5 different weddings. And then left at the beginning of this year to Tokyo and Dubai, for the matters. Completely disappeared. And then
it's true, just left.
And I just left us. Yeah, and now just left us. So yeah, someone's saying David O'Keefe said his art installation in Dubai is crazy. I'm happy for him. We definitely are happy for OSF as well, and we definitely love him. Wish him the best over there. And
go on another holiday,
Yeah, dude, it's so funny to me. But you absolutely love to see that going on. Anyways, we got Raoul Pal joining us in a couple of minutes. I'm trying to think. Oh, let me remove this comment right there. Still getting the hang of it. I'm loving this. Of what else is going down in the space with regards to the NFTs, dude. It's actually so like, I know you said there's big mints. Yes, there is. Like, Raoul Pal's going to come to us about Real Vision and what they're doing. I know there's the Momoguro mint and all that. I know there's like proof announcing stuff tomorrow, but I don't know. There's not that much else happening besides like you know, people still just bidding up on Blur and collections not getting massive moves up or down for the matters. Things are just like, I feel like
are you buying any NFTs right now? It seems
no,
like the itch.
There is an itch because this is the good, like, you know, this is the good time to buy. Usually, not a lot of people like really buying to buy unless they're farming. I did buy. I mean, I spent a significant amount of ETH the other day on the notable Pepe collection. I bought all of them. Swept the floor on those. You know, it wasn't for the trade though. I genuinely I hold these pretty long term, unless, and I'm gonna tell you all, if that not a moto card does what the 6529 freedom to transact card did, you bet your ass that one I'm gonna sell it. But you know, it's that's about it, man. You know, I have been looking at adding. I want to add 2 punks to my collection just because I have my Forever Punk. Comes with the chain and everything. I'm not saying that's my
like a Forever Punk or like a Ryan Carson Forever Punk.
That is my forever Punk. I mean, I you know, I got the thing going on. You know, you already know. So you know, unless you know I get a proper bid with the chain on top of that. You know, you never know. Money's money. But besides the notable Pepes I bought, which are all down since I bought them, by the way. There's there's not much. I would like to add punks just because of the long term bag. For me, like punks is a good bet on ETH. And you know, if you're bullish ETH long term, I like to think bullish punk is similar, goes in a similar trajectory. Actually, a lot of people just add punks to their portfolio. I have a friend that literally just looks to add punks and then add ETH and then add punks to his portfolio. He just adds them as he goes throughout the weeks, months.
These or?
No. This is a trader. But it's another friend of mine likes to just accumulate punks. But that's really mostly what I'm looking at these days. I would love to add at least 1 punk for the trade, which is like medium term trade, and then another punk to just ride along the coattails of it, because I obviously can't sell my punk. It's my identity in a way. But I don't know. When are you buying a punk? You know what's funny? Both my old punks are listed. So that was my first punk here at 68. And the other one is right. I saw him listed the other day. It's listed somewhere here. I was thinking scooping them both back up. It's right here. Right here. You see it at 89? So they're both listed there, though that's you know.
Maybe I'll buy that one.
You should buy that one. You should buy my old identity. Look, here. Those are the punks. What are you thinking? What are you? So I should ask you. You've waited that week and a half, 10 days. Like, you're the one who just got a bag of ETH, 6,000 of it, actually. I mean, I know you got to split with Ovi.
I'm just not spending it right now. That's
if you were to, where would you spend it? I'm really surprised you still haven't bought a punk. You're really a hater, huh? You really are a punk hater. You really are.
All of my apes and then I buy a punk. That would just.
You really are a punk hater. I mean, it's owned by the same company. You're not. It's Yuga. Now it's all under the same umbrella.
Let's be honest. Imagine the headlines. Right, they sell all of their apes. They buy punks. The punks will go nuts with that stuff.
Yeah, it's, you know what? It's I don't know. I think you are a punk hater. You know, you guys in the chat, leave some punk hater chats. You know, in here. If you had to pick a punk, where would you be looking?
I've been looking at hoodie punks or top hat punks. Remember?
Yes, top hat punks would be so gangster for you. I actually love the idea of you getting a top hat punks. Let's go look at how much top hat punks are trading at right now. I personally have a thing for the wild hair punks, obviously, but it's I like top hat. Wow, that's a clean punk. There's even Deez was pointing out. There's a lot of clean punks currently near floor. Like this one here at 68 with the nerd glasses.
The thing about punks is I feel like all the big holders are actually sellers. Am I wrong in saying that? Like, who's the big guy accumulating punks?
There's a lot of people that like, look, when you look at MB, for example, I'm talking to him.
Danny's like, it feels like so many of the big holders, although I completely get it, and I'm not hating on for that reason. I just feel as though it definitely feels like the whales are selling rather than buying right now. It's maybe a good time to buy them.
Yeah,
but I think that it's it could be going for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good stable.
Punk's OTC, but he's more of a trader, right?
Now, Punk's OTC is just a market maker. Like, you know, he's just been making the market for. Oh, that's a clean one with the smile. I love this. Oh, wait, the OBJ Punk. That was the Sobi Punk, right? It's back. It's back on the market. Look at that. The SoBJ. That's the only punk that won a Super Bowl. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's a Super Bowl winning punk right there. SoBJ. You already know. Or maybe are you going to be buying a Bitcoin punk, Mando? We're getting a comment from Chief Wahoo on Twitter, and wow, look at who just joined us, ladies and gentlemen. Let me add him to the stream on YouTube. Raoul Pal has joined us on stage. Let's go.
Now, I don't know how the fuck this works between having my phone on and everything else.
So we'll tell you. It's very simple. Join the stage on Twitter, and then leave your mute button on over there, and then you can forget your phone. And basically,
so am I put on stage? No.
If you come on stage, hell yeah, let's go. We are joined.
How do I get myself on stage?
I sent you an invite. It should show up on your screen now. Here we go. And basically, you never have to touch your phone after that. It's pretty fun.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Magic.
Oh, you just have to mute. There you go.
Now you know. Just gotta put your phone in like a drawer somewhere, and then you'll be okay.
Maybe not in a drawer, but maybe away from your mic.
Yeah.
There you go. You can just toss it. There you go.
There we go.
Boom. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here we are. We are joined by our friend, the man, the myth, the legend, Raoul Pal. Good morning. How you doing?
I think that's over enthusiastic, but I'm all good here. And good to see you fucking guys. I haven't seen you guys in a while, and I'm so angry I missed Paris, right?
Oh, couldn't stop thinking about
sunny.
Oops.
Like I feel like your office needs to show that you're in the Caribbean. Like
I know, it's really dark. It's actually a rainy day today. So it's really dark in this office. It really annoys me. I feel like I'm in a dungeon, but it's not. Outside I got palm trees. So
that's nice.
Trees.
And that nice barber chair you got going on. I like that.
Yeah. A 1950s barber's chair.
Ooh, that's cool. You know, Mando's been trying to really get me to move out there with you. And you know what? I've been thinking about it every single day of going out there to the Cayman Islands. You know what? I think I'm over this whole cold thing.
You should do. I'm trying to mute my phone, but
no, you're fine. You can never mute it completely when you're on stage. Sadly, it's like this setting. But yeah, you're fine. You're fine, Raoul. We're glad to have you on again. This time on video. Look, we've evolved. We've evolved.
Look at this. Look at this.
We're getting better. We got the whole lighting going on. I mean, he's got the beautiful Lisbon sunshine on him. I mean, look at that glow. I need to fake the glow because it's like gray and like snowy and cold out here still.
Yeah, I mean, it's cold today. It's about 82 degrees here.
Oh, that's freezing. Wait, what's 82 degrees? 82 F in Celsius. Oh, 27. Nice.
27. Yeah.
Nice. It's about let me see. Portugal, I'm sure is nice. It's -2 here, so it's 29.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet. Yeah. Snowy. We just got out of a snowstorm on the East Coast.
You guys had a good time in Paris?
Oh yeah.
It was awesome.
It was great.
I do think that was one of the best ones. It's definitely next year. It's one to go back to.
And it's better than the open event that we went to as well, because that was amazing. Different,
but I gotta say, the open set the stage for Paris, and NFT Paris just took it home. It was so sick. I mean, it was 18,000 people came to NFT Paris versus 500 last year. So it was extremely impressive, Raoul. And definitely missed you out there because it was fun to spend a week with you in Paris last time. But the whole Ledger team was there. We did another live thing with them. And it's just like the caliber of the people that flew down. It's all about the conference and the conversations around it. Like, it was one of those where like everybody was there, right? Especially for business. It was really cool. So definitely a big
because the time we went, it really struck me about the fact that there was artists, creators, musicians, fashion people, finance people, technology people all together. And that's super cool.
Hell yeah. Look, people are excited to have you on here. Eric Solian and say, Raoul the boss. You'd love to see that. Raoul has entered the chat culture layer. Just for the Raoul Pal's followers who join us on Twitter Spaces, at the top is pinned our YouTube. If you go to Rug Radio's YouTube, we're live also on video. Rose has joined us there with his beautiful 1950s barbershop chair in the background and his NFTs. I see them on his on his top right. I think there's a red guy that's going to pop up any point.
There's always a rec guy
there's
popping
always
up
a rec
somewhere.
guy. There's the ape. There's the rec guy.
You can't keep them down, those rec guys.
Oh no, you definitely can't keep them down. That's for sure. Never ever. But Raoul, wow, so much going on in your world right now with Real Vision. Like, yeah, pretty sick.
It's crazy and it's a lot of fun. And you know, this Web3 world is slightly chaotic, but it's, you know, we're launching this Real Vision Collective, which is our kind of, we've had a Genesis NFT for a while and just quietly for a year built back community, did stuff, but we're launching this Real Vision Collective and it's a big deal. There's a whole bunch of people from Real Vision coming into it, but also we're bringing together all the communities like the Rug Radio people, the Rec Guy community, the Women in Weapons, Women in World of Women, and more people together in one place to give us these interconnectedness, because we're all in this together. And the idea is to do that. And then, because Real Vision has got that other bit of magic, right, is we have a shit ton of real value behind it in terms of knowledge, education, content, because I think everybody's learnt how important macro is in this whole equation. I mean, Mando will know this and Obi knows it, but everyone's learnt it the hard way, that macro really drives the space overall. And so we're going to help educate people, create unique experiences and do all sorts of stuff. So there's a lot going on here.
That's really cool. So listen, I love the fact that Real Vision like is coming into NFT strong like that. You always have, I mean, you've had the NFT already, an access pass prior to that, right? But this seems to be your first big foray into NFTs. So
the original one was dropped for free and it's been trading between 2 and 3 ETH for a long time now. And that was the kind of genesis of the whole thing. Again, lots of different holders. It's really nice. We've got a broad base because the idea here is to get as many people into the space as possible, educate them, give them the tools, introduce them to people, because it can be a bit confusing. So yeah, that's been going on as we're building it out, and we're just in the minting process now. So we had a lot of partners, a lot of activity there. That's going on. We're just announcing, and I'll announce it now, the public mint goes live. So do that.
Wait, when does the public mint go live?
Right now.
Oh,
so go to Real Vision. Yeah, you've got the scoop. realvision.com/collective. So the public mint is ready to go. That runs until Sunday. We've got a whole bunch of Real Vision people who haven't minted yet. They have to mint up until the weekend as well. So that's the Genesis holders and other Real Vision people. Then it all closes. If there's anything left over, it's all going to get burnt. So you better get on the fucking minting right now.
Oh, I like that. I like that you're just gonna, gonna burn it in case it doesn't mint out, which, by the way, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just actually mints out. It looks like you got some really cool partners going on. MFers, Xcopy, Damien Hirst, Rat Guy.
Yeah, I mean, Damien Hirst, right? So we've got the artwork for Damien Hirst. Nobody's got permission. I've got it personally from Damien Hirst that we can use the IP rights, because it comes very restricted IP rights. But he's like, no, absolutely, you should use it. So, this mashup NFTs, these design, if you click on those, so if you just click on one of those, so that's a mashup of 6529, Rec Guy, and Me Bits.
And you guys here on the bottle.
And these are the fixed images, but with 10% of the rarity traits are all glitch image and different. And people will find that out after the 10th of March, when suddenly you'll find out which version of this. Did you get the rare one? Did you get the ordinary one? And then on top, there's about $400,000 of gifts that happen that you don't know about. So this is stuff like subscriptions to Real Vision Pro All Access, which is all of the content of Real Vision, the super exclusive stuff with my newsletters, my research, everything from the pro crypto community. That's a $6,000 product. We're giving those away as well, randomly. So we've got $400,000 of kind of information, insights, subscriptions. Plus, we're giving away Real Vision Genesis NFTs, because we've held a bunch in our vault that we split with the original holders. So they're keeping hold of theirs, but we're going to give some of ours away.
Cool.
In agreement with the thing. So there's a lot coming that people don't really realize yet.
I just meant to mine.
Good boy. And then after that, we've got something that I haven't announced yet.
Okay.
Which is for people who are collectors. So if you collect all seasons and the Genesis, we're unveiling something called the Visionaries Club, which is this super exclusive club that you cannot buy an access to. You cannot buy the NFT. You can only have it by being a participation and having all of the various NFTs. And if you collect the entire lot, including the rarity traits, you can get into what's known as the a true visionary status, which gives you like a private access to me and a whole small group of people and the full Real Vision network. So we're creating these really elite networks out of the really engaged collectors and community members.
Wow, this is cool. Oh, I love that you put, so that's smart what you did, because the partners and the allow list is still open, but you set aside like a certain amount for
right.
pub. I haven't
We've
seen
had
that
so many people
before.
come to us saying, look, we need public. I mean, because everybody's a total fuckwit and everyone forgets to do stuff.
Including myself.
Everyone's between including myself, right? I've gone to the team as like, I haven't minted yet.
Like, it's really? True, right? There's just so much going on each
I know.
week.
So the other thing we're going to do, sorry, I'm dropping a load of stuff, is we're about to launch a Telegram. I think Telegram is actually a big answer for us all as a broadcast only channel as opposed to Discord. So we can just check it like a WhatsApp message and say, oh shit, I need to go and do this now. Or, hey, they just announced something,
Smart.
Or the drops have been announced. Now searching Twitter to different Discords. And all of this is we're going to bring all the other communities with us. So, so anything that Rug is doing as a partner or Rec Guy, we will then put this into this special token gated Telegram eventually. And so we've got this bulletin board for everybody. So we just get rid of some of this noise we've all got, which is a million Twitter messages. It's like, here's our partners. Hey, Farokh's doing something really cool. He's got this going on. Here it is.
I like that.
And that can be anything from content to special events, whatever you're doing.
I like that idea. I mean, I just got mine, so I'm pretty hyped up. Had to support, of course. Definitely love what you guys have been doing Real Vision with media since forever, of course. And so I find it fun. You called me up, I think it was a few weeks ago. And what I like about the mindset you're going into with this, like, hey, I want to collaborate with like Web3 natives, NFT natives and whatnot, and bring whatever you've built with Real Vision, which is pretty impressive, extensive, and extremely popular, and then mix it up with like the natives. So it's cool that you've partnered, like, if there, because someone was asking, are these actual collaborations instead of IP use cases? They are. Like, you're actually genuinely collaborating with all of these communities, right? And bringing them into Real Vision in a way. Yeah,
as many as we can. Some of them are kind of, like nobody runs MFers.
Right, exactly.
So it's like there's nothing you can do. It's the community, but basically you're welcome. Come and join. Come and do stuff like Rug Radio people. Some people can will buy the NFT. They'll become a deeper part of the community. But there's also, we're going to add functionality for Rug Radio people that they get access to some of this stuff just because being Rug Radio, because we're all in this together. And that's the whole idea. And same with Rec Guys and same with anybody else, is to give, we don't want to make it exclusive. We want to make it inclusive, bring everybody together. So we kind of feel like we've got the cool club. We can all hang out, swap notes, help each other, show each other great ideas, stuff that's coming, that kind of stuff.
So I'm getting some questions just quickly, Mando, on the YouTube. So it actually works. I did. The public mint is open. There's only 2,000 left on the site for public right now. So you just go to realvision.com/collective, and it says public mint limited opportunity below, and you hit mint now, and it's there. Just make sure you hit the right links, everybody. You know how links get on NFT and crypto Twitter. So make sure it's official. It's on Raoul's Twitter account as well. But I just minted mine, and I was not on allow list or whatnot, and I managed to get it for, I was like, what, 0.269, I think. Which is pretty cool. So I'm officially part of the Real Vision ecosystem.
And now what you right? So you now get all the Real Vision content, the Real Vision essential content.
That's cool.
We're just setting that up so it's token gated. You get that for free, and then we'll have token gated community stuff, token gated newsletters. We've got a magazine that's kind of cool. If you look on our Twitter feed, we've got this kind of glossy magazine. Have a look at that. It's
Which
really
Twitter,
cool. Go to the Real Vision Collective Twitter feed.
Boom. There you go. I'm going to present it right here for everybody to be able to see that as you talk about it. There you go.
It's actually really cool.
This is what I wanted to ask. Like, so for people who aren't familiar,
so if you go to the top, the pinned tweet, I think.
This one?
Right. Click on, hold on, if you just go to the top, click on that link tree.
Oh, sorry, on the link tree, my bad. On the actual link tree here.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then look at the magazine is, where is it?
It's this one, I think. Collective Times.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Oh, that's an actual magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun. Oh, can you play it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, that's pretty cool.
That's cool, right?
That's actually really cool. I love that. Oh, there you are, the red
There's
guy.
the moving art.
I love that. Hey, did Sergito make you a big Meebit guy? Is that why Meebits are left, front, right, and center of Real Vision right now? Is that Sergito's fault?
It is. But he's been instrumental in my journey in all of this.
Of course.
And so we're like, we want to be part of it. We've just also filmed the first of our documentary series for token holders, which is Sergio's running it, and that's a Meebits documentary, a multi-part documentary. And we're going to be doing it, all looking into. So, Mando, we're coming for you and Ovi. We'll do one about Rec Guys. We'll do one about all of our partners.
I love that.
A documentary series, because why the fuck not? People need their stories told in unique ways.
I love that. This is really cool. Mando, take it home. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask, maybe we should talk about what it's been for the last... When did you start Real Vision? Maybe
2014.
Right, so nearly 10 years ago. And what has being a Real Vision member meant over the last 10 years? Like, what can we expect over the next 10 years? And
what it's meant, the whole idea of starting Real Vision was I lived the financial crisis. I was in Spain, and then for the European crisis when we all lost our banking system. I realized how fucked everybody was. And I was lucky enough to have predicted it in my kind of research service, Global Macro Investor. But people came up to me in the street and said, why didn't we know? And I'm like, huh. And people, friends of mine in Spain were going bankrupt on a daily basis. People had their whole savings taken. Retirees had their savings taken from banks and destroyed. I'm like, this is so wrong. And I knew that people like hedge funds and billionaires and that stuff got all the information and everybody else didn't. And I thought, I need to do something about it. I have a duty to do it. I've made a good living out of finance and I can help lots of people. So the idea was Real Vision. Democratize all the access to that knowledge so people understand what's going on. I mean, right now, everyone's living tough economic times. There's inflation, the economy's slowing down, it's complicated. Well, that's what we do, is we help people understand all this, navigate it, prepare for it, that kind of thing. But also in that journey, when I was seeing what was going on, I was searching for another solution. I've been solutions orientated. How do I help people? I discovered Bitcoin in 2013, wrote the first ever macro strategy paper about Bitcoin and started investing back then. So Real Vision has had this journey that many people realize is we have been trying to explain to people what blockchain technology means and that macro and crypto are actually the same thing. They just don't know it yet. And then 2020 came along and everyone started learning fast. And now even in NFT spaces, I've broadened out my knowledge from speaking to amazing people. People have realized it affects NFTs, and NFTs are much bigger than just JPEGs. There's a massive structural change to how we move value around the internet. So Real Vision does that. It interviews the world's most famous investors, analysts, strategists, simplifies it, makes it digestible for you to understand what the fuck is going on and what does it mean to me, right? Because we've all got this vision of our future selves, which we're trying to keep to ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So, Farokh, is relentlessly ambitious because his future self is successful and has certain things. How did we get there, right? Most of that is about investments in the business and the people we surround ourselves with. Real Vision is a community of amazing people, but also gives you the information to try and help you get to where you get to. We also have a massive education part, which is Real Vision Plus, which we're giving away tons of free subscriptions. That's got the Real Vision Academy. So it's going to teach people how to become a trader. So it's an old friend of mine from ex-Goldman Sachs and ex-hedge fund. We both did a show for the BBC called $1 Million Traders, where we taught ordinary people to become hedge fund managers. Cool. He turned it into a course. We bought the course from him and then turned it into a video-style amazing course that takes you soup to nuts of how to be a better investor. And then we have ongoing learning and masterclasses with the world's most famous investors, how they do things. That's all part of this too. Certainly you drop it, but the Real Vision Essential, which is the main content, comes. We have kind of daily news shows. We have other stuff there. And then we also have written research. So there's me writing research, part of my Global Macro Investor service and other stuff. And we have this deep crypto one as well, which is a partnership with Delphi Digital, myself, and a whole bunch of others, adding massive value there to keep everybody on top of what's going on. So there's a lot in Real Vision.
So it's really being ahead of trends. And I think that's fair. I I guess I comprehended the scope of this also when Ovi went on it, and the amount of people that came into our Discord on the back of that, like seriously smart people. It felt like coming in and
well, because what we're doing is, I think we probably onboarded more people than anybody else in the entire space, just because the reach is big, and people are the key defining part of the Real Vision community is they're curious. They want to learn. Yeah. So when I come on and say, hey, listen, these guys are interesting, you should come and see, they will go and find out. And I think that's great. I don't know how many people will have onboarded into Rug or into Rec Guy or any of these things, you know, and we want to do something with Finance as well. We can onboard intelligent, thoughtful people at scale into this space. And that will just offer new opportunities and new things to do together. And I think that's great, because that's what we need. We need to educate and enlarge and create new opportunities that we don't know exist yet.
So maybe the next question is, if you could pick, you know, the 2 or 3 biggest things that you think you're going to take this community on in terms of a journey going forward, like what do you think are the things that are going to be defining the next few years now, and where do you think you're going to be taking Real Vision? Obviously, it feels like crypto and NFTs, but are there any other verticals that you think are going to be really interesting?
Yeah, so we want to take the people in the collective on the journey of let's build this together, let's help each other. You know, when I reached out to Farokh, I said very clearly, listen, we're all trying to do the same thing. Nobody's a competitor here. We all want to grow this space, right? An abundance mindset is how we're going to make it bigger and better. And it'll unlock all of the changes. So we want to help people, educate people, give them the tools, connect people together, create unique things for partners. You know, Rec guys get their people together in a certain way and then leverage our community. You know, this kind of stuff, like you've been doing with radio, just creating this at scale where we all connect and giving people opportunities to get together. We're creating metaverse experiences. We've already been doing that at Real Vision. We've got ways that we can probably create unique metaverses meetups, as opposed to doing it this way. We can actually see people in our metaverse. We're doing that as well, plus the education side. So there is huge amounts of stuff coming, and we want to digest the information of the space. So our partner stuff, get it on this unique Telegram. So we just get a message like your WhatsApp with what I need to know today, and I stop searching Twitter all day looking for the noise. You know, let's just help everybody. So that's where this is starting, but it's much bigger. You know, we will have a Real Vision token because I think it drives engagement and utility. We won't have it as a publicly traded token to start with. We want to do it like Reddit, to use it as a way of having a benefit system and economic incentive system within the Real Vision ecosystem. But what we're actually doing is, in the next 3-4 months, we're launching an entirely new platform. Oh. So Real Vision is going to migrate from just being a media and community plus research to being something much bigger. And it's a place where everybody can live their financial lives. So that's going to become really, really interesting to people. And we're going to try and invent new ways of creating community, giving them the tools that they need. And we're trying to leave behind the world of Bloomberg and everything that looks the same and has the same crappy functionality, make it different. We're working on our AI functionality. How can we leverage the information mind of Real Vision, of all of these incredible, smart, diverse people, and feed it back to them in knowledge? So you don't send it to out, you give it back to people. So that augmented knowledge and augmented towards Web3 is a deep part of what we're doing with token gating and communities. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff that people won't have seen before and stuff that people expect as well. So
go ahead.
So I was just going to say, I've been seeing this a little bit, like the concept of adding AI into Discord servers. Yeah. And then you can ask the AI, I know, a question generically about what's been going on in maybe about the project, but also something like Real Vision, like maybe there's been a really good, interesting conversation about, NFTs or AI or some other new technology. And then the AI is picking up on all that info. I think that's a big thing.
Yeah, so there's 2 levels. One is using it as advanced search. Great, we will do that too. But there's more that can be done that we're just figuring out now, which is what happens if we put all of the data ever held within Real Vision. Everything that people watch, every transcript, all of the research. I've got 19 years of global macro investor where I write 150 pages a month.
Wow.
Imagine having proprietary data sets that we've got.
That's a lot of content.
And creating knowledge. Right, then you've got knowledge that will only exist in Real Vision. And then think of all the smart people who are commenting and doing stuff within the community. That doesn't exist on GPT.
Nope.
Because GPT is broad-based public internet. It's where you go behind the paywall and you add value. That's what I think we can do. Now, it's still early days for us. So
that's why I definitely want to talk to you about, because I know you and I jammed on this in Paris when we're there at the Ledger Open, because of course we're media too, and you're media, but you've done it obviously on a much larger scale than we have. We're just getting started, and you've been doing it for a minute. Wait, when was Real Vision founded again? Because that was
2014.
There you go. I was gonna say 10 years ago, so it's almost 10 years ago, which is pretty freaking sick. So you've been doing it for a minute. How do you approach the media and grow the media with the paywall, right? Because you have all this free content, right? That's out there. The Real Vision, you go out there, you do interviews, but then you have also the content with media, which is behind the paywall. But it's like there's much more than just unlock to get the rest of the interview with Farokh, for example. There's also all these assets that you guys have in this community you've built, which is why you always mention. I've noticed that a lot. The hive mind, which is why your logo for this NFT is literally a beehive, right? Pretty much super cool. And you talk about that a lot. So I kind of want you to talk more about what goes on behind the gate at Real Vision.
So behind the gate, and NFT holders get behind the gate. So they get what's called Real Vision, which is the basic content. So that's the daily news show every day, plus deep interviews, thematics. So we're just about to launch a unbelievably good campaign, a content campaign. It's 2 weeks of focused content about one thing. And the one thing is how to unfuck your future.
Unfuck your future, I like that.
Because we all know the world is very complicated, from aging demographics to inflation to high property prices, particularly the people in this space, right? Most people are in their 30s or even their 20s, and they know that their future's pretty fucked. And so the idea of this is stay out the stall to say, okay, what are the problems? And then how can you solve them in your investments? We know that crypto is one of them. That's why it's attracted so many people. Crypto, NFTs, that whole world is like, this is ours and it's new and we can participate. But there are a bunch of other things you can do too. So that's a very typical thing of what happens behind the paywall. And we bring in like for example, we're going to talk about copper, because everybody's moving towards EV. So electricity generation and infrastructure. To do that, you actually need a lot of copper, and the world is likely to run out. So the best person to ask in the world is a guy called Dwight Anderson. Dwight was ex-Tiger Management, which is one of the biggest, most famous hedge funds in the world. Yeah. He is the commodity hedge fund of all commodity hedge funds. And I know all these guys. That's my network. That's the Real Vision network. So I reach out to Dwight and say, come and tell us about what's going on in copper. Can we make some money from it? Dwight will come on, talk to me for an hour and a half. And I'm doing that with everybody. So we introduced the world to Stability AI via Emad Mostak. So Emad's been on Real Vision tons in the past, in his old guys as an emerging market hedge fund manager. But I've known him for a long, long time because he was a global macro investor subscriber of my research service. And when I reached out to him and said, tell us what you're doing with Stability AI, we were the first people to break the scale of what was going on before ChatGPT. Emma's coming back in 2 weeks as well. And he's going to tell us where it's all going now. It's moving so fast. That kind of shit might appear on YouTube a month or so later. But on Real Vision, you get all of this and you get the conversations around it. The other thing we do is we're just doing something called the Festival of Learning that's coming up, where we help people learn about various things using our education tools. But we also have these things called Real Vision meetups. And we just foot the bill around the world. So we've got 12 of them going on in everywhere from Dubai to Delhi to Toronto to Miami. And we just foot the bill for drinks and food.
I love that.
And the Real Vision members all get together on the same day all around the world. It's really cool.
Oh, on the same day all around. I've been saying, I'm homies with Raoul Pal now in my circles and stuff. And people are telling me, yo, have you been invited to Grand Cayman yet? And you know, we haven't got the invite.
The invite is open.
I thought you were invited. Wasn't there an event?
I was trying to gaslight him. Okay, stop.
All
and
right.
so okay. No, I'm playing.
The invite came through Sergito, didn't it?
We were definitely. Oh yeah, it was through Sergito.
We're going to have a big event.
Put you on.
It was Sergito.
Again, this is the same idea. My thought process is we're going to be doing an event at the end of the year, which is a network of networks.
I like that.
And that's getting the big Web3 players, the crypto protocols, the service providers, and saying there's going to be no speakers on stage because everyone's bored of that shit. We just want to get together. So we're going to lay on catamaran trips, restaurants, parties, beach parties. Everyone brings their kind of key customers or clients or, you know, key movers and shakers, and they can have their own experiences, but also we'll create these amazing places for everybody to get together. So beach parties and stuff like that. And that's all about this idea that I've got in my head is Real Vision's real value proposition is we're probably one of the single most powerful is the wrong word, but network, right? What we have in our network is all of you guys. It's pretty much anybody in all of Web3 and crypto is that, you know, I can ping them in 1 second, they'll come back. But then it's all the macro world and it's the economics world and it's the geopolitics world. And it's our members themselves. Our members are everything from scientists. So over COVID, they're like adding value, saying, hey, this is how it works, through to, you know, we've got one guy who's an astrophysicist in the Atacama Desert at the world's largest telescope. We've got family offices. We've got a whole family office network of 800 family offices. I mean, it's crazy what's Real Vision is there. Yeah. And this whole platform's going to unlock that.
I love that. It's super cool. Just one second, Mando, before you go, I'm getting asked for the passcode because we do have our Listen to Earn program has been launched on the show. So if you go to rug.fm/rewards, you know, Mando knows my speech by heart. Look at him. He's like imitating me every morning.
Is it Real Vision? Is it Real Vision?
Yes, the code today is Real Vision. Congrats, Mando. I always made the code so easy. RealVision. Real Vision. It's a real spelling bee out here. Real Vision is the code to earn your rug token for listening to this morning's interview, Raoul Pal. Just quickly before you go, Mando, David O'Keefe in the YouTube comments is asking, are all these convos that happened previously available for us to go back and watch? If you become a Real Vision member, can you go back and watch like the Stability AI interviews?
Everything. We have 9 years of back catalogue of content. There's thousands of hours of interviews with the world's most famous investors. We also try and package them up and put them part of the education tier. So there's so much there. And that's why when people are like, oh, what's the utility of this NFT? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? There is literally all the knowledge in the world to help everybody and the community and the network.
Raoul's coming back. He's like, I know those kids out here, Rug Radio, trying to act like tough shit. They've been here for a year, but we've been here for 9 years now.
We invented long-form content, interviewing finance people, right?
You've been doing it forever. I remember when we first started talking to you, at first it was like, what came in and says, wow, Raoul Pal, like Mount Rushmore of like CT. And then we first started working with you. And I remember Mando, we had this like hit list like months ago. Sadly meaning we've hit all of our hit lists. Now that's why we have less guests, because like we've hit them all. And he was like, Raoul Pal was like at the top and said, we've got to get Raoul. We've got to get Raoul. And remember once like you commented on one of my things and we're like, okay, we've got a hook. We've got him. We've got him, ladies and gentlemen. But Mando,
I'm a proper fanboy, so yeah.
No, we are definitely fans. But then obviously we ended up becoming friends, which is really special. And I wish Obi is here with us today. But he's busy. He's selling his art to the sheikhs out there in Dubai.
That's right,
Habibi, he's doing his thing out there. And you love this. This photo. You saw the photo of him, Mando, with a sheikh over there just in front of his art. You love it. He's out there trying to end up in the royal collection. But Mando, you were about to ask something.
There's another thing I just wanted to mention about the NFT thing, just because it's really interesting what we're doing, is any partner that we have within the featured artwork, like Rec Guy, 10% of every single sale and revenue goes to buying the NFTs of our partners. So, and as we grow out the community, because we've got season 2 and season 3 coming, we'll have different partners, and it creates, because we should have skin in the game in your community. Why should we be Rec Guy people without being Rec Guy people?
I agree.
So we've got this Real Vision Vault, which we will partner with Ledger and hold this vault. We will show it in OM, so it's verifiable on chain what we own.
I like that.
And then we'll figure out what we do with it later. In a couple of years' time, do we turn it into a fund and let the token community participate? Or do we do some? I don't know. But the point is, nobody's doing anything like this. And
there's not
that's
enough
why, Farokh, I want to get you on season 2.
Hell yeah.
We'll get your guys, put these mashups, get everybody together. And again, it creates, we're all building this space together. So I think it's fractionalized ownership of blue chips. Yeah, it's not fully fractionalized ownership yet.
Not yet.
We get to legal problems.
Yeah.
But we'll that's something we're doing.
I think that's super cool. I'm excited to be part of season 2 with you guys. I know the boys are with Red Guy are season 1. We didn't have a PFP just yet, but now that we do, we can definitely talk about how we can do it together. But what I appreciate about you is how you genuinely want to work with the next gen of people coming up in the space rather than
calling me old, motherfucker.
Not really. I mean,
in a delicate way.
You're saying you're young enough to be my son. How dare you?
Am I? I don't think
just
so.
Just keep up with the kids, you know. That's.
I mean, we're the new kids around the block. Let's put it that way. We're the loud ones. But and then you have even the next gen, even younger than me. You have the thread guys coming out, the Zoomers. Those are the next up. But what I like is that you're like, there's 2 types of OGs in the space. The type that's like, oh, screw these guys, fuck them. We don't want to empower Rug Radio. We don't want to work with Red Guy. We don't want to put him out there. And then there's the real vision type of OGs that are like, yo, why don't we find a way to cross-pollinate? So Raoul picked up the phone and comment and said, how do we make it so that we can add utility to your holders and that we can get utility out of your project for our holders too? Now, we didn't figure it out, but we will.
Properly Web3. Web3 cannot be about 10,000 fucking owners on a Discord. That's nothing. It's meaningless. What we need to do is connect all of these people together, offer utility. So we're now working in this world of the Web3 that we imagine, which is that open metaverse idea that 6529. Yep. Any other solution is wrong. So we have to integrate as much as possible.
Someone in the comments said, Raoul Pal earlier, he said, Raoul Pal is 6529 minus the mystery. That was great. I mean, maybe you are 6529. We don't know what 6529 looks like. We
I have met him. I know what he looks like. I know who he is.
Yeah, that's what 6529 would say.
We've gone out for dinner with him.
Sorry?
Like you've gone out for dinner with yourself, but you've gone out for dinner with
you know the Spider-Man meme? But Mando, I think you were going to ask something. I don't know if I cut you earlier.
I remember the question, which was, how do you think you're going to... Because I agree with you that the conversation and clearly getting ahead of trends has been very, very strong. When you increase the community out in the way that you're going to do, how are you going to try and maintain the level of conversation? Like, I think you've said before that you might tier it so you have different levels. But are there any other things you're thinking about to maintain that like very high level? Because 10,000 people in Discord, although does have more knowledge potentially, can also be more confusing.
So this is what I think Reddit did that was exactly where I thought the social token, community token idea. If you've got a community incentive reward-based system, then people can reward the right kind of activity. So it's a function of some sort of algorithm, but I don't think 1,000 people in a room shouting at each other is the best way. No. Because that's having a conversation at a party. It's okay, but it's exhausting. We've got ways that we're planning out. Our chief experience officer is working on some unique ways that we can think about this globalized online community and how we can drop in and out. I mean, what a world that will be if, let's say, something's going on in Japan, right? And we just find the Japanese part of the community and say, hey, what happened overnight, you guys? Like we did, Mando, at investment banks, right? Yeah. This passing of knowledge. How can we then say, hey, listen, who's into science? We've got this pandemic. Who's an expert? How do we create an expert network out of it? So it cannot be one crowded room. What it has to be is uniquely tailored experiences so you can get to talk to the people you want. And I think there's even a tokenized expert network in all of this. So if somebody wants to know about credit trading or emerging markets, you could actually rent out some of your time and say, listen, I'll do it for X number of dollars or tokens or whatever, however it functions, and here's my time. And it can trade freely, or you can have a fixed price. So imagine how powerful that getting access to that expert network is. And this is the crazy thing about what we're talking about with this NFT. That gives you the access to Real Vision, of which all of this comes with it. And so we've been actually working 3 years on this idea, the super community of finance built on the super platform of finance. It's a lot of work. We've been hiring engineers like crazy, and designers and everybody else as we build this out. So the first iterations will be out by June, but it'll be very MVP. And then we will listen to our community, figure out what improvements, and then keep rolling out new features and new kind of aspects of what we can do, what is possible. It's kind of like Ian's doing with Ledger.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone just thought of it as just plug this in, and he's actually building something much bigger.
It's a whole culture being built around it.
I think it's one of the biggest problems even facing NFT communities. Like, they're very, very good at bringing communities together, but actually having a conversation sometimes can be very tough. Discord is not that great. And if we can find a better way of having those conversations so that good information floats to the top and you don't have to scroll through thousands of messages each time, I think it does really improve the experience for everyone of being part of them.
Yeah, and I want to experiment with Telegram, because I've got an idea in my head that we can do something different, which is to have a token-gated Telegram for all of the communities. So, if Rec Guy is part of our community, there's both the Real Vision token holders and the Rec Guy, and they can just log into our Telegram. And what that's going to give them is notifications from all of our partners. So, Rug are part of that, Overpriced JPEGs, Ledger, all of the communities.
I like that.
And we'll have a curated bulletin board feed.
That Telegram is a good tool. I've been thinking about Telegram a lot. Like,
it's just a single thing that we get one message. You don't over spam it. You curate it. Get rid of all of this shit. Do I need to go through 16 different Discords? Then we can create sub channels for different things. But I think this broadcast idea first, we don't need all to talk all day. First, we just need somebody to filter for us. That really helps. We do on our own Discord. We've got a massive Discord at Real Vision. Our Discord has something called the distillery. So our members write a distillery of everything that's happened on Discord that week. And they create a little magazine for people. So then they can go and just digest it easier. There's a lot we're doing. Our community in our Discord is ludicrous. Amazing people.
I'm sure. It's pretty cool. Someone's saying, I mean, you guys that already happened, no? You guys already had Raoul on Rect Radio? Mando?
No, we've been trying to do it.
A couple of weeks.
Okay, great. See, they're calling the future here. We got another question, Raoul. That's an important one here, coming from With Hearts. Raoul, what is your favorite rum drink? You can see our audience is totally into this.
Yeah. So the dirty secret is rum and I don't get on so much anymore. It gives me a splitting hangover.
Yeah, it does.
But it never did. And so my regular go-to drink for at least a decade was just rum and Coke.
Classic.
But the rum that I liked was Flor de Caña 12 years from Nicaragua. It's fantastic rum.
Fancy.
Not crazy expensive either. So that was the go-to drink. When I went to Little Cayman, the island was sodden with alcoholics who just carried cases. I'm not joking, cases of rum in the car. A lot of that crowd has moved on, but oh my God, it was a hard drinking crowd. And just everybody drank it. And everywhere you go, in most places, you get kind of a crappy rum in the bar. In Little Cayman, which is a really pretty simple island, you get 12-year-old Flor de Caña. Anything else was frowned upon.
I love that.
I do I've got some more expensive fancy rums that I use. I do have, sipping with ice. I'm also a big fan of a Hemingway daiquiri. That's my little special trick up my sleeve, which is a grapefruit. It's kind of grapefruit, something like a maraschino or some sweeter liqueur, white rum, shaken with a fresh lime. It's just fresh and clean and lovely. You can drink those a lot without realizing what damage you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely had a couple rum and cokes at the Rect event in Paris. But they're pretty fun. I mean, Raoul, there's a lot of people out here loving the show, loving the vibes. Someone just said, just claim the token. Someone else saying, great show. 100% agree. I bought one to be part of the Real Vision community. Even without the other benefits, it's worth it to be part of an experience. Someone just said, Alex Escobar, every time I listen to Raoul Pal speak, I become increasingly bullish on the potential for Web3. He gets it. Great advocate.
Yeah, and I think people are... Look, go and check the YouTube out, the Real Vision YouTube. I did a long video, which was my data dump on this is everything I think about NFTs right now. And the more I think about it, and the more I talk about it, and the more I network with 6529 or meet you guys and spend some time thinking it through, whoever it is, the bigger I realize this is.
Hell yeah. Raoul Pal is the James Bond of CT. I like that. That is pretty cool. I definitely agree with you. It's always like, and for us too, right? Just spending the week with you in Paris, pretty much, like, it was really eye opening on a lot of things for us individually at Rock Radio, but I'm sure for the DJ's crew as well and Rip Guy. And it was a lot of fun. But this is the purpose of it. I feel like what we're seeing here is like just a bunch of like brains getting together and just trying to figure out how to build their own business, but at the same time trying to figure out how to build it better for people in the ecosystem as well, or else where are we going to go, right? With our little 10,000 people, like the big brands come in, we're just getting stomped on after that. So if you don't start tying that web, right, which is blockchain, if you don't start tying it up and interoperate between each other.
If we don't make it interoperable, we're totally fucked it up.
We're cooked. Yeah.
And that's the simple point, right? And once we get people to understand it by showing them, show by example is what we're doing, is once you show by example, then people will get it, and brands and everybody else will create interoperability within all of this. And then we've built something magic, which is this kind of new way of interacting, which is truly Web3.
I agree with you. Well, that is quite the mic drop moment. I definitely want to be mindful of your time here, Raoul, as we hit 12:03. That was a lot of fun. So everybody check it out on Real Vision. And let me get the
realvision.com/collective. realvision.com/collective. Or go to the Real Vision Collective Twitter feed. All the info's there. The public mint is open. You've got the mic drop. You've also got the mic drop about the fact that for the super collectors, we're creating a super elite tier that you can't buy your way into. And there's no way you can get access unless you're part of the club. Because again, we want to create the world's most valuable network. And that's by having all of us together in it.
Hell yeah. I mean, let's do it. Excited to see where we can take this collab with you guys, and, excited to see it where...
You're going to be doing a show with us.
Oh, yeah.
As a start. We haven't told people that, right?
I heard. I know. We're going to be, there's some cool stuff brewing.
Someone just DM me on the side. Is Raoul's project still minting on secondary? He had me at Hemingway Daiquiri.
Yes,
it's still minting. It's mint until Sunday. There's a bunch on the allow list. There's a restricted amount for secondary public mint. We've also got all of the Real Vision guys. They've been later to mint, so they come up minting now. So just rush, because everything that doesn't go by Sunday ain't never going to happen. And we're giving away 400 grand's worth of stuff, including our Genesis NFTs. So I
love that. This is super cool. I mean, congratulations, Raoul, and it's super cool to see you take this big leap into NFTs, right? It's good. It's always good for the space. I think when a big figure like yourself just decides to go all in, and it seems like you're definitely going all in NFTs, Web3 here, and taking Real Vision down that ride. So super cool. We definitely need to have you more on the show because the people love it. But we are going to be doing a show together, so stay tuned.
There's all sorts of shit we can figure out, and we're trying to figure out with DGens.finance as well. There's lots we want to integrate, get together, do stuff, because why the hell not?
Why the hell not?
We cannot help each other, and then we shouldn't be here.
You know what? If we that's actually the sentence I'm going to leave this show on. If we're not going to be doing stuff together, then we shouldn't be here. And that is literally what this space is all about, in my opinion. So Raoul Pal, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for coming on our show today. Now on YouTube, you're our first big YouTube guest. We started yesterday. That's pretty cool. So Raoul GMI on Twitter. Definitely check out realvision.com and realvision.com/collective to come and be part of this. I'm part of it. I'm excited to dig in a little deeper to your community. Excited to see everything you'll be doing, with Real Vision, and of course with us. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for another episode of GM Web3 on Rug Radio. Let's go.
And it's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. GM on this beautiful day.
On this beautiful day.
Good morning to Web3 with Farokh and Mando.
Not really, Osap.
Live at 10:30.
See you guys.
See ya.
And it's all on Road Radio. It's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. GM. Rock Radio.
Peace. And broadcast. And spaces.